Let's look at bacteria and what we can deal with as far as bacteria goes and what we can understand from them. These are two plates of material that have bacteria in them. You can see that there are different colors associated with it. You can see that there are different sizes and formats of the colonies associated with it. One of the things you see is that they are basically a mucoid or slimy type aspect to them. When you look at bacteria, since they're single-celled, they grow and they reproduce and they form these colonies. They're really kind of individual cells on the inside of them. Here are some other formats of colonies of bacteria. You can see things like the shape of the margin. You can see the format of the material on the inside, how it seems to grow in certain ways. The one on the bottom right I call my hurricane. Bacteria, when they grow, different colors, different shapes, different formats. They're very interesting, but all of these tendencies here are really genetically controlled. When we look at bacteria and where we find them, this is a cell. I believe this is a cheek cell. You can see bacteria growing in around the cell, the eukaryotic cell. You can see the comparison of the size of the elongate bacilli, the cell in here with the nucleus on the inside. When we look at bacteria, they're very tiny compared to regular type eukaryotic cells. We do have some bacteria which include the cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria are photosynthetic. They are considered to be blue-green algae. They are all gram-negative, and they're phototrophic bacteria. This shows you a picture of a group of photosynthetic bacteria, cyanobacteria. You can see that as far as size goes, they aren't really that big. It does give the appearance that they're actually getting together in some sort of colony. These are Actinomycetes. The interesting thing about Actinomycetes, myces stands for fungus. They originally thought to be a type of fungus where the fungus itself would break up and create these little cells. They found out that these were actually prokaryotic, and since they were prokaryotic, that automatically meant they were bacteria. When we look at bacteria, we see a lot of different kinds of things associated with them. These are bacteria. These are all gram-positive bacteria. One of the things you see on the inside of these is it looks like they're kind of hollow. Some of them look kind of club-shaped and got this big elongate outer area, and all of those are endospores. Sometimes it's very easy to find bacteria that produce endospores. When you do, you can look at them and you can culture them like this. You can see the endospore. The endospore is a resistance form that will allow the bacteria to survive long periods of time in the absence of good environmental conditions. When we say long periods of times, there have been endospores that have been revived after tens of millions of years. These are very interesting. There are bacteria in the soil that form endospores. You can find these bacteria in the soil hundreds of years after the source that they came from is gone. Bacterial formats, endospores, very interesting.